Authors and artists work really hard on this stuff, so please support them using the links below.
Shout out to Cezanne for signing up for a YouTube membership. Thanks for being part of the Mondo crew. Namek, December 18th, 762. Our heroes travel from Earth to find the Dragon Balls to revive their deceased friends. This story happened in Universe 7. Landing on the green planet, Bulma scolds her fellow astronauts as they immediately rushed out of the spacecraft before they could even perform an atmospheric test to see if the air was breathable. Waving the Dragon Radar in the air, she resolves they just begin searching for the Dragon Balls now. But something strange happens, as it doesn't seem to pick up their signal. Krillin joining her questions if she zoomed out. Maybe it's simply too zeroed in on their current location. But having passed IT 101, of course she did. Before he suggests, maybe it doesn't work on Namekian Dragon Balls. While the pair continue to banter in the background, Gohan calls out. He feels a great power. Could it be Frieza? Krillin, giving proper attention, senses the same. Before they realize it, it's heading right for him. Without a chance to hide, the source shows itself. Not correctly reading the tone of the situation, Gohan saunters on over to the native, chirping, "Hello, Mr. Namek!" Staring at the visitors with a less than warm expression, he demands to know who they stole this Namekian ship from, causing Krillin to nervously spout it was given to him. But Gohan points out they didn't exactly ask permission, when the Namek utters, "You will pay for," before an attack ball, or one of Frieza's pods, zooms behind the gang, landing a few miles away. Our heroes don't have to take too many guesses who may be inside of it, believing it immediately to be Vegeta. Krillin admits how he could possibly have recovered from his injuries so soon. Thinking aloud, the warrior wonders if this is the beginning of a second invasion. While the Earthlings try to clear everything up, how they aren't with that guy who just landed. In fact, he killed a bunch of their friends, one of which being a Namekian, and they've only ventured here to revive them. But having enough talk, the native decides he'll simply read their minds to obtain the information he needs. While the pod smolders in the crater, its door slowly creaks open, as whoever's inside prepares to wreak havoc on this world. Naturally, Vegeta. Disgusted, he's reduced to relying on his scouter once again, sensing only a single power level. A giant one, pondering if Frieza could possibly be here alone. Back with the others, the man finally understands our heroes have good intentions and are not a threat or malevolent in any way, admitting their story is an amazing one, and there were indeed Dragon Balls here. But as of a few days ago, that is no longer the case. And around the same time, he himself was not the only being to inhabit this planet. Going back to less than a week ago, we find a desolated village, the Frieza Force being the culprits, going place to place collecting the Dragon Balls, leaving destruction and death in their wake. This being Frieza's first time seeing one of the Wish Orbs in person, finding the crystal intriguing. Scoping out the next, it's not far away, causing the Emperor to cackle. Immortality is close at hand. As elsewhere on Namek, the Grand Elder senses his people fading one by one, and a sinister monster is upon them. Making his decision, he believes the only way to save the survivors is to sacrifice himself, urging Nail to take his power. Naturally, Nail is scared and confused by Guru's words, vowing he could never do such a thing, but is later admitting he hasn't much time left in the realm of the living either way. At least this way, he can still be useful. Also, if the young warrior were to accept, the Elder could actually live much longer within Nail, and perhaps many more lives could be saved. Getting a look at yet another broken village, a beaten local scowls at the Space Lord as he hovers over him, swearing that even if he does manage to collect all the Dragon Balls, he'll never get his wish. When? The orb turns to stone, signifying Nail has made his decision. Frieza commanding he explain what he's done. Barking, he thinks he can stop him from getting his wish by doing this. Zarbon's ball also changing, noting he believes it to have affected the entire collection of them. The native falling to his knees as tears drench his face, knowing full well this means the Grand Elder is no more. But the tyrant still thinks this is all just an elaborate trick. going on to shout he doesn't understand. It's over. There are no more Dragon Balls, and Frieza will never have his wish. But all this leaves the dictator with is more motivation to slaughter every Namekian in this village, to see if that changes the man's mind about what has happened. At the same time, the new Nail beelines towards the chaos, finding one of his fellow Nameks down. It seems he's too late to save all of them. Furious, he gazes towards the people responsible for this senseless violence. But the men quickly find out what they're in for. How dare you slaughter my children! Making his way to Frieza himself, Dodoria gently scoffs. This one is tougher than the others. Calling out to his lord, he's on it. Killing him with a single shot, Sarban sees the reality of the situation, knowing this guy must be more powerful than even the Ginyu Force. Appreciating such strength, Frieza has a proposal for Nail, requesting he join his elite army. Not even entertaining the question, the Namek demands they leave the planet immediately, otherwise he'll kill them too. Taking offense, the tyrant wants to teach this guy a lesson, as he mustn't be aware who the fearsome Lord Frieza even is, shouting out if the native even knows his power. Interrupting the dictator with a kick to the face, Nail has reached the point of no return. Powering up to his second form, Frieza bellows he'll regret what he's just done. Proving too much for the combined forces of Guru and Nail, the alien invaders emerge victorious. Frieza still determined to search for the Dragon Balls. If they don't change back, he'll simply destroy this stupid planet. Seeming to be the tearful Namek from before, spots Nail lying on the ground, who has since pulled himself up as his regeneration abilities have vastly improved. Reaching out, he tells the other, "I'm sorry, my son. We thought we could repel these invading forces, but their strength was more than we believed." When the man realizes the Grand Elder isn't dead after all, merely residing in Nail, that means not all hope is lost. And this is only the beginning, begging Nail to take his power as well, and the others, as the entirety of the Namekian people are willing to become one with Nail in order to defeat this demon. Living as a single being would be much better than getting slaughtered one by one. As a few hours pass, things almost seem calm on the green world. Arriving in another village, a soldier thinks it's really strange they previously detected many powers here, and now, not a single one. Even the villagers from before have vanished off the scouters, and not having found a single additional Dragon Ball, Frieza has had it with this world, vowing to crush it. Destroy, crush, you only know destruction. But as long as there's life in me, Namek will not be destroyed. Your life, on the other hand, ends here. Growing annoyed with Nail's pestering appearances, one of the henchmen timidly point out he seems bigger this time around. The Namek reminding how useless it is to search for the Dragon Balls. Now I'm mad! Let me reveal my true power! Transform again, as many times as you'd like. It won't change anything. Charging his death ball and screaming for Nail to die, along with this entire stupid planet. The warrior calmly utters, "He who lives by the sword will perish by the sword." As Frieza realizes he can't move, Nail has paralyzed him in place. Go to hell! And the death of Frieza brings us back full circle to Gohan and the others, elated to discover Vegeta won't even stand a chance against this guy. Bulma suggesting he can just create a new set of Dragon Balls. But unfortunately, he does not possess that power, as he is a warrior, not a member of the Dragon Clan, and he's lost some abilities with the fusions. Queen Vegeta peering in from a distance, the former trembling, this guy must be the one who eliminated Frieza and everyone else. That's why there's been no response. The prince grumbling, he better not believe this little setback will be enough to save his life, still holding on to the grudge. But putting the focus back on our heroes, He wonders, how did the Earthlings manage to make it all the way out here? When Kui, trying to save his own skin, stammers he never really liked Frieza anyway, asking if he thinks those dragon things are still here. Continuing, the Namek tells he cannot make Dragon Balls, and he cannot have children, believing himself truly to be the last of the Namekians. Apologizing, these voyagers made their trip for nothing. Without a choice, the gang decides to just turn around and head back to Earth. Piping up, Gohan questions, "Mr. Nail, you look like Mr. Piccolo. I'll help you if I can." Thanking the child for his generosity, the Namek has decided he won't go by that name anymore, given that he's changed so much. And from here on out, he will be referred to as Gas Karkle. And leaving us with a smile, Gast sneaks up on Vegeta and Kui, knowing they were watching all along, explaining he plans to commandeer the spaceship of their leader to explore the universe in search of a solution to revive the Namekian people. And this pair should know how to operate such a vessel. If not, he could just kill them now. And though the ultimate fate of the prince and his Frieza Force rival isn't revealed today, Gast wouldn't find a solution to his problem until the Vargas inevitably tracked down the Namek to invite him to the Inter-Universal Tournament.